Welcome to my latest battle report. We're going to have some fun today with the speed of the White Scars versus the Nom Nom of the Tyranids. Last time I showed you White Scars, they were zipping around on a nice open board, so this time I thought I'd build a dense cityscape for them. There's plenty of doorways and things like that they can zip through, and the battle mat is from urbanmats.com, and all the scenery is Games Workshop, except for this defensive line here, which is from marchofwar.co.uk. And we welcome back Salt and Plays from Salt and Plays YouTube channel. Say hi, Salt and Plays.
Hi, Salt and Plays. I bet you're bored of me now.
No, I'm not bored of you. You're my fave.
I didn't mean you.
Other people.
Yeah, just the world.
I don't know how anyone could ever be bored of you and your 28 Marine armies. You've started another one now, haven't you?
Kinda. Yeah, kinda. I was given some Crimson Fists, like old Assault and Black Reach Marines, and I went,
Yeah, so 6 months later you'll have 10,000 points of them.
Yes.
But today you have White Scars.
Yes, which I've had for a while.
And you know Warhammer 40k at the moment, there's like the Arcs of Omen, there's the different detachments, there's Tempest of War, there's Match, there's lots of different ways to play.
Yes.
But people forgot about Dre. What's the but they forgot about Dre. People forgot about open play and fun.
Okay.
So I've got an idea.
Oh, those are usually dangerous.
Yeah. Right, objectives. These are going to be worth 5 points. Roll a d6. And we're going to have one of them.
Uh-oh.
And these are going to be worth 1 point. Roll a d6. And we're going to have five of them.
Interesting. So 5 points, 1 point.
Yes.
There's 5 of them and 1 of them.
Yes.
So this is equal to those 5.
Yes.
Oh.
Right, have you got White Scars dice?
I've got my cursed White Scars dice.
Lovely. So we're going to roll a dice to see who places the first one. Notice that we're doing this before we've even figured out deployment maps, in case you're following along at home.
I haven't even figured out who I am yet.
Exactly. So, who are you? Who are you? And I'm so sorry. Roll a dice. And the winner gets to place the first objective.
Did that again.
That's a 4. That's a 3. So I can place the first objective. I might as well place this one down, huh? Because Tyranids like to be all nommy and chonky together, so I think it will benefit me if this is right in the middle.
Do you reckon they're slurpers?
Slurpers? What, on the slush puppies?
That and eating people, yes.
Yeah. Oh, slurping slush puppy.
Brains,
yes, definitely. No table manners.
The humans are the slush puppies.
Yeah, with a straw into your brick.
Yeah, like Doctor Who.
Yeah, I'm thinking of Starship Troopers. You know, when the brain bug, when he sticks it in the thing, like that, yeah. So I'm going to put it here, and then we'll alternate putting the other ones down. Now, something that might help tweak your mind, 2 things in fact. Tweak your mind is we'll roll off a deployment, 1, 2, 3 normal, 4, 5, 6 lengthways, right? So we don't know which way deployment option will go. Then we're going to roll to see who picks which table edge, so you can't really benefit this. That's why you need to put them down beforehand.
Yeah.
And Tyranids don't like being split up all over the place. I would prefer it if all the objectives are nice in one, because of the hive mind thing. But your White Scars, you like being all over the place.
I like that.
So there's a free top tip as let's put down some things. Right, so the objectives are down, the 1.1, the 5.1. There's 2 more 1.1s over here. You put them right in the corners. Well done.
Top tips.
Now, roll the dice on a 1, 2, 3 standard deployment, 4, 5, 6. It's lengthways.
Ooh.
Right, so everyone knows what's going on. We'll look at the armies now, and then we'll go and have a look at where we are and roll off who deploys first. And go
home.
Be good. Hi, this is another one of those insert videos where I encourage people who aren't channel members to become channel members. My friends, my family, my relations all tell me that I don't talk about this too much, but I feel like this is too much in every video. Is it too much? I don't know. Become a channel member. Okay, this is just under 2,000 points worth of Tyranids. High Fleet Kraken gets a +1 AP when they charge, and then you swap out the secondary adaptation. So I'm going to ignore terrain. There's a lot of terrain on here. And there's an adaptive biology which says you ignore terrain. And I like any rule that says ignore this rule, which is ignore terrain rules. So I like that.
That's why for Death Guard.
And it's a really weird list. I'm trying to make Raveners work again.
They're like Choppy Mans. Yeah.
Choppy Mans, because they're quick. So they've got 5 attacks with their Rending Claws and their AP4. And they get 2 extra attacks with those. Each of them got 7 attacks.
How quick are they?
12.
Ooh.
And they're toughness 5 with 4 wounds, but they only have a 4-up save. That's the thing.
Okay.
And they're not core. They might be core, but they're not troops or anything like that. They're just fast attack things zipping around all over the place. But leading the charge today is Kevin.
Good.
The Swarm Lord. He's an absolute G. He ignores the first damage in melee.
It's absolute what?
G.
Oh, right. Okay.
Tough. He's got a 2-up save, toughness 8 with a 4-up invulnerable save. And he's got like a bajillion attacks on the charge, and they're all 3 damage each.
Yeah.
And he can turn on Obsec for a unit next to him, and he's good.
He's strong.
And his Warlord trait is his Synaptic Imperative and Aura abilities have got +3 inches on his range. Basically, he's 240 points. He's a lot of points. He's an absolute tank. He'll go running up the table with Psychic Screams, Smite, and Onslaught. So he's got some mortal wound output, and Onslaught allows him to charge after he advances. He'll probably put it on himself. And next to him is Big Mama G, and she'll be protected by 30 little bugs here. And I've given her the Resonance Barb, which gives her +1 to cast because she's got Catalyst, the 5-up feel no pain.
Oh.
And I don't ever want it to fail. And I don't want her to die either, so that's her relic, the Resonance Barb, +1 to cast. And I've given her a Warlord trait, which is Adaptive Biology. She's got a 5-up shrug. Because I know how much you love it when I roll those 5-up shrugs.
I love your 5-up shrugs, yeah.
And of course, being a Tervagon, she can poop out a unit of 10 more troops for free at some point, or poop into the squad that's next to her to add to the squad next to her. And if there's more than 15 of these in between her and whatever's shooting at her, you can't shoot at her. There's a swarm of bugs in the way. You know that one, right?
Yeah, she should be called the Swarm Lord.
She should be called the Swarm Lord. She does love a little bit of swarm. So they're going to keep around with her to keep her safe. She's going to go piling up the table anyway with the Swarm Lord, with 2 Screamer Killers because we love them. And they're big and mean and chonky. And with a couple of Raveners starting forward up the table as well. Now, hanging around in the backfield, Exocrine. I didn't have the points to give it Dermic Symbiosis, so it's just going to sit there shooting away. But I do have 3 Zoanthropes, so that's more shooting essentially. They'll shoot with their mines, mine bullets, that'll shoot with the big plasma. And what they can do is once per battle give my army an invulnerable save with a Synaptic Imperative ability. And then spreading out the synapse, adding some more troops, is the warriors. There's a pair of swords in each of them, and the rest all have Death Spitters and Scything Talons. Right, there's 2,000 points of White Scars. Where are all your where are your CPs? Where are the
Well, this is an Outrider and a Vanguard, so I lost 6 straight off the bat, and then I spent 5 making this a character-heavy list because characters are cool.
Okay,
Yeah.
I like that. So how many CPs have you actually got to start
1.
the game with? Because it's so that's not fun, is it? Well, you can have another chunk. Yeah.
Thanks. Do you want another
I
chunk?
want to see. No, I just want to see. It's open
have-
play.
you
I
can
want to
have
see the
dice
fun
then.
things. Thanks. So White Scars, what do they do?
So they can advance and charge.
Yes.
They can fall back and charge.
Yes.
And when they advance and fire assault weapons, they don't suffer the penalty.
Okay.
Their super doctrine is that in turn 3, the assault doctrine, they get +1 damage to all combat weapons.
Okay. So all the claws and all the chainsaws and things like that become damaged too.
Yeah, and Thunderhammer has a damage 4 and so on and so on.
Oh yeah, you've got the Kejek Terminators.
Yes,
with
yes.
their big axes.
And the Blade Guard are tough too,
So-
with 3 damage swords.
Oh yeah. So these are basically Thunder Hammers, but they'll be damage 4 in
Yes.
your assault phase. And blade damage 3 Blade Guard.
Oh yeah.
So throwing around power swords that are like Thunder Hammers essentially.
Mm.
Cool. So talk us through all the CP that you spend there.
Yeah, so we'll start. Actually, so today we actually have the Warlord being the chaplain because I
Really?
turned this guy into an absolute missile.
Okay.
So I played him recently at a lovely event run by our friend Andy Byrne, Weekend at Bernie's, and I turned this guy into a cruise missile. He went off with his 5 damage Crozius and murdered some things, and then died horribly.
Okay.
So he's the Warlord. His Warlord trait is the Imperium Sword, so +1 attack on the charge, can reroll charges, all that good stuff. He's then Master of Sanctity, so he can cast 3. He has 3 litanies, can shout out 2
On 2s instead of 3s. Yeah.
It's on 3s. I didn't give him that Warlord trait because the other Warlord trait is Chagorian Storm for an extra D3 attacks on the charge.
Right.
So he's got many attacks.
So 1 extra attack for Imperium Sword,
That's
an extra
5.
D3 attacks on the way in.
Potentially 8, and
and
then
then plus-
Shock Assault.
And then Shock Assault. And
Yeah.
Okay.
He has the Benediction of Fury Relic, which is the 3 damage Crozius at -2.
Right.
And then he has Mantra of Strength, so he can give himself an extra attack, 10. And then he can go in with a 5 damage Crozius because of the White Scars.
Mantra of Strength gives an extra damage as well.
Yes.
So that gets up to 4.
He's a
and then
monster.
White Scars, 5.
Yes. Yeah, yeah.
So a damage 5, 10 attack.
9 or 10, yeah. If he's alive, you know.
Okay.
That's the main thing. If he's alive.
Well, it's a character. You can bury him in a bike squad somewhere.
It's not really his style.
No. No.
So that's him.
Yes.
Across we have the Chapter Master, because the actual White Scars Chapter Master, I don't think he's a Dreadnought, but he can't fight.
Yeah.
He's injured. So I'm running this guy as a chapter master. He's wonderfully converted by Stranger Come Knocking in the Discord, a guy called Jim. Lovely, lovely work. He's currently doing me another White Scars captain.
Is he?
Yes, legend. So this guy's got a Warlord trait and a relic. The Warlord trait is Rights of War, because there's not a lot of obsec in this army.
Yeah, so Rights of War gives him and any units
Anything
core,
within 6 inches, character or core, gets obsec.
Because where are the troops here?
There's some incursors there, that's it.
Right,
That's
okay.
only,
Okay, so you're going to need him.
Yeah,
Mind you, we are scoring at the end of the game. So
Yeah.
if you've killed like 90% of my army, then scoring something won't be a problem because I won't have anything left to score.
Yeah. It's just a good habit to bring Rights of War.
It is definitely a good habit to bring Lights of War, particularly if you don't have any obsec. And it might win you the game.
Maybe. He's also got the Adamantine Mandal, so a 2-up armor as well as a 4-up invern and a 5-up shrug, because I know you love it when I have a shrug.
Okay.
So it's all good. So those are the two main characters. Korsaro Khan just doing what he do, giving +1 to wound and rerolling against characters and stuff.
And he's a G.
Yes. Yes. And then we've got a Chief Apothecary back here, which is the only cheeky option in the entire list, because he's a selfless healer for the other command point.
Ooh.
Yes.
So you're getting people up for free.
You're getting people up for free and healing twice, flat 3.
Okay.
So that's his thing.
But with a non-obsec, I mean, you've got... This is a highly elite fast
So
stuff.
it's quite good that he's bringing people back.
Yeah, you're going to need to pick some stuff up in this list.
Bring it back. He can't bring back ATVs, but everything else, apart from the Storm Speeders as well, is fair game.
Right.
So that's good, and he can heal them.
Okay.
Over here,
Yes.
this guy is basically a souped-up sergeant. He has master-crafted lightning claws.
Okay.
So he has 2 damage lightning claws, which will become 3 damage lightning claws.
And that's jump pack Vanguard vets?
Yeah, I don't bring them on very often with the White Scars, and I had 5 hanging about. And
I know you like your jump pack Vanguard vets.
Yes,
I'm
well...
getting Blood Angels flashbacks.
Yeah, well, there's not 25 of them, so don't worry.
Okay.
And then it's White Scars, so bikes,
outright.
ATVs, attack bikes.
So you've got 2 units of Outriders
Yeah.
with some attack bikes and some ATVs.
Yeah.
So Melters here, Melters there, that's your anti-tank.
Yeah, well, there's more anti-tank because we've got 2 Storm Speeders with the Melter variant.
That's the Melter and Missile. Okay, so you've got plenty of anti-tank in this army.
Yeah, we've also got a Chapter Ancient
Okay.
on the bike here. These 2 are Legends options, by the way. That's why you might not find them in the
So
Codex.
he can pick people up?
He can tell people to fight again on a 4-up.
Right.
That's the thing. But his main thing is, because he's a Chapter Ancient, he can point at someone and get them +1 to hit.
Really?
I purely brought him because he's cool. I like the idea of a guy on a bike running around with a banner.
Dude, you've got a guy on a bike running down a banner saying hit better. You've got the apothecary picking people up. You've got a chapter master Khan. You've got you've got all the guys.
It's all bikes.
I like
all bikes. And the ones who aren't in bikes are either the Blade Guard with Korsaro Khan and the Impulsor,
Yes.
or coming in from Deep Strike. And then these guys infiltrated before the battle.
So they're on the table before the battle begins.
They're calling in the drop site, yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
right. These 2 units are jumping in,
Yeah.
and then they're in a transport.
Yeah, so
Everything else.
everything's either mechanised or has a reason to be there.
It's like you really thought it through.
This army, yeah, other ones less so.
Okay, I hate the fact that you're starting with 0 Well, we'll give you 6 CP to start off with because we want to see some toys and things happen.
That's overwhelmingly kind.
Well,
Otherwise I'd be able to do nothing.
I've often been called overwhelming.
There is that.
Overwhelmingly shite. Right, let's roll off and do some things and put down some deployment, yeah?
I like the sound of all of that.
Okay. So we're deployed. Sultan took that end. Both of my Ravener units are in reserve, and the Keshik Terminators and the Vanguard Veterans are in reserve. And there's 5 1-point objectives and 1 5-point objective. So whoever holds that at the end of the game will win, unless someone else has all the other 5, or that's contested. So that might end up being the contested objective, and then you end up with 2, and I end up with however many. But really, games like this, when you score at the very end of the game, comes down to how good can you kill? How much stuff will be left alive at the end of the game? And you've divided your force into 2 halves.
Yes.
And you're way behind the ruins here, so I can't target you. I can't see anyone. Out on this flank are the Storm Speeders, ATVs, and the Smash Chaplain.
Yes.
And then round on this flank are the Blade Guard Veterans and the normal attack bikes.
Yeah.
And all the other
Other
Smash
bikes
stuff.
and other jumpy things. Yeah, this is no tactical decision. This is because it looks cool as hell.
Yeah.
That's it.
So, interestingly, the White Scars probably don't want to go first. They probably want to let the Tyranids to swarm forward a little bit and then jump on them. Ambush predators is what they are. So let's roll off and see who chooses whether they go first or second. It's open play, making this up as I go along. So it is
A 2.
and a 4.
You get to
Now,
choose.
I know that you probably want to go first. And I know jumping on objectives at the end of the game is going to be a little bit powerful. So I think I'll choose second.
Yeah.
Mind you, I'm a Tyranid, and it's open play, so let's go with the madness.
Oh, here we go.
It's Tyranids turn 1. And here we are at the very end of Tyranids turn 1. I can't actually see anything, but what I have done is taken an awful lot of ball control. There's an objective there, an objective there, and an objective, the 5.1 there, and Big Mama pooped out a little unit of bugs before we went advancing forward. And they've ran all the way back here with the warriors. Because I figure if that central one gets contested by the end of the game, then having a 1-point objective in the corner of the... I'm happy for you to come all the way down here and try and take it off me. But I'm also happy to sit on it for the rest of the game. The other thing is I didn't pop any of my synaptic imperatives. Because I don't think that your counter to me is going to be very significant. Because we're on a... This board is very interesting.
Very long.
It's already playing havoc with where I want to go, what I want to do, and looking at the line of sights and ranges for your return fire. Someone once said it's important to have large line of sight blocking terrain on the table when you play a game of 40k because the board should make an impact as well. So I've just positioned myself around. The only thing I really did was cast Catalyst on the Screamer Killer. That managed to advance all the way up here.
That's probably the only one I can really shoot at. So,
yeah. I'm on the halfway line and I'm ready for the White Scars turn 1. Instagram phase.
Yay!
Because we've got some...
be holding it this way.
Check out Sultan, what's you on Instagram?
Sultan Plays 40k.
Sultan Plays 40k on Instagram for some glorious shots. Because we've got some street shots from this battle here. And you're staying cautiously back with the Outriders on the right and the left flank. And then the Chapter Master can tell a core unit to reroll all hits. So he's told the attack bikes to reroll all hits.
Yes.
And you've advanced them all the way down there.
Yeah.
But there is a 1CB strat, which says, Born in the Shadow. Use the stratagem when the White Scars bike a unit from your army advances. It can still shoot.
Yes.
So it's still got some shots at 24-inch range melter. And then there is another one called Hunter's Fusillade, which is when they advance, any White Scars unit advances, they treat their heavy and rapid fire weapons as assault weapons. So this unit, the ATVs advanced. And then assault weapons in White Scars, you ignore the bonuses.
Yeah.
Basically, you've got a couple of strats that allow you to advance and shoot.
Yes.
It's very White Scars. And it turns out it's the ATVs and all the multi-motor attack bikes in the middle of the street, looking straight down at the Tyranids coming towards them. And the 2 Storm Speeders as well have got an impressive amount of firepower that they can throw down as well. And staying back for now with the bikes, with the rest of the White Scars army, inviting the Tyranids onto the guns, waiting for the Keshig Terminators and the Vanguard Vets to drop in later game turns, and then close the hammer, close the trap, close the door, hold the door. So opening up the shooting phase with the triple unit of attack bikes, which are re-rolling everything. They are firing at the Catalyst up card effects because it's the only thing in line of sight and range.
Yes.
You're hitting on 3s. And you're re-rolling all hits because you're... Strength 8, toughness 7.
3s.
This is when you roll... see, because you got all those hits.
It's the way it works. This is -5, but you're in cover.
Yeah. Well, I have a 2 up to say. It's -5.
Yeah, Devastator Doctrine.
I don't get a save.
But you're in cover.
Yeah, but it's only Infantry, Beasts and Swarms benefit from cover. And so I don't get a save.
It's a D6 damage a time then.
Yeah.
So that's 6 becomes 5. 6 becomes 5. 3 that becomes 3. So
you killed it.
Is it?
You one-shotted it.
Oh,
it's got 9
wounds. I don't
wounds.
think anyone else could shoot anything.
It's dead. So I just remembered all my catalyst saves.
Don't forget the catalysts.
Don't forget the drop dice don't count. So 5 ups.
Does a couple?
He feel? Oh no, he's still dead.
Is he still dead?
Yes. Screamer Killers had 9 wounds, so the front one is wiped out, taking 12 there. The second one is getting lit up from the ATV because you spend that CP in the movement phase.
Yeah.
So you spent it already. There's only 1 in line of sight now. Well, 1 in range now. So 2 shots with the ATV multi-melter.
Yeah.
And you're going to hit on 3s.
I should say all the bolters from the squad are going to baby bugs.
Baby bugs.
Yeah. So this is the melters. Hits. Wound on 3s. Wounds goes straight through again.
No save.
So 2d6. -1 for each.
Okay. He's still alive. That's 5 damage. It's on 4 remaining. Then the bolt guns from the ITVs that can see and can shoot are going into little bugs. Only 2 of the bugs can see, and they hit on 3s. And wound on 3s. 6 come through, but I have a 4-up save because of barricades, and I only lose 2. Then a couple of melters come in. The multi-melter wipes out 2. Where are we going to next, Sultan?
The Storm Speeder is coming through this gap.
Yes.
So we've got the melter.
What's he firing at?
He's firing the melter and the missiles at that guy.
Screamer Killer.
And he's firing his baby missiles at the little baby bugs.
Baby,
because they can only reach that far.
I like my baby back bugs. I like my baby back. Do you know the movie?
No.
Oh. The melter misses twice.
Yes.
And wounds on a 3. And I don't get a save.
Ooh.
And that is 1 damage. At least the Screamer Killer's still alive. And then we're going to do all the...
Yeah, we've got missiles coming in. So.
Yeah. Missiles into the Carnifex.
Hits.
Both hit.
Threes. Strength 8.
Just 1 wound. Oh, okay, roll again.
Yeah.
1 wound.
I'm
AP?
going to CP this one because I'd like him dead. Nope.
Oh.
1 wound.
I think I failed the save.
Yes.
I do fail the save. Flat 3 damage becomes 2 damage because I'm a Screamer Killer. It's on 1 wound remaining.
Comes in.
Then we're going to do the little firepower into the little bugs. The Crack Storm killed a little bug, and then we came across to Storm Speeder number 2 and got down and had a good look at line of sight and range. And the only thing it could actually see, because it's firing through the streets, is a little bug. So you put multi-motors into little bugs and killed 1 more.
Yeah.
And that's the end of White Scars. Turn 1, there's no more shooting. There certainly isn't any charges. They're staying cautious, preparing to lay the trap. There is no morale for anyone in the Tyranids because Synapse is a thing. I've lost a Screamer Killer. 1's down to 1 wound remaining. As we go into Tyranids turn 2, I'll do it on camera now. I'm going to spend a point on rapid regeneration on my Screamer Killer.
Yeah.
So I get D3 back. For 1 more back. If you could double his wounds from 1 to 2, that'd be awesome. She also spawns things in her phase in turn 2. It's called Spawn Termagants. It happens in the command phase. 2d6 go back in. And that's 9 back in. And I lost 6. So that unit is going to be back up to 30 again. And now I really need to try and catch some of these White Scars. I have got Onslaught. I have got the ability to advance and charge with one of my units. But do I want to send them into this murder melee on their own? Well, I'm a Tyranid, so yes I do. Let's go on to Tyranids turn 2. Right, here we are after the Tyranids movement phase. Staying still back here, guarding on to this objective, and the warriors guarding on to that objective, and the Tyranids. I figure this objective is worth a lot of points. I'm just swarming all the way over it. And there's the brain bugs, and they've popped their synaptic imperative this turn, which is a 4-up invulnerable save. To all the monsters. 5-up invulnerable save to everything that hasn't got a monster. And the Screamer Killer that was injured has ran back again and gone behind the wall. But Kevin, the Swarm Lord, has popped a 1 CP stratagem called Opportunistic Advance, which is a Kraken thing, which allows you to advance a flat 8. So he's gone 17 inches straight down the street, and he means to make a charge. But he advanced. So I need to cast Onslaught. Do you have any denies at all? I cast Onslaught. So he will be able to go charging in. He's going to take a few multi-melter hits on Overwatch, but then I've got a Swarm Lord down there for you to deal with. And you're going to have to deal with him. I know you've got Blade Guard. I know you've got all the stuff and things to deal with him. But let's try and push you back. And that's about it. Holding on to objectives. Screamer Killer can also shoot. But he does have another psychic power, actually. His second psychic power is a cheeky smite. The smite comes off. And that'll be a mortal wound to that ATV right in front.
6 of shrugs. The apothecary's there.
Oh,
he takes the wound.
Oh yeah, because you put your apothecary right here in and punks that. Yeah. So you've got your 6-up
You
shrugs.
can't bring ATVs back, but you can indeed heal
Yes.
them. Yeah.
Right, next psychic power. I'd very much like the Swarm Lord to stay alive. His synaptic link range is a bit further, which means I am in link range with the Turvagon because the Turvagon wants to catalyst him up.
Yeah.
The Turvagon has catalysted him up. So he's got a 5-up, feel no pain. That's it for the psychic stuff. Everything else out of range or line of sight. So now we're going to shoot with the Exocrine, which has got shots all the way down into this Storm Speeder in the backfield. Lots of shots, Salt. When you're ready, it's D6 plus 3.
Ooh.
Oh, which is only 7 shots, but I hit on 3s.
Nice.
Everything hit. And it's strength 8 and your toughness 6.
Yeah.
So it wounds on 3s. And I think they're minus 3 damage. Dude, I just checked. It's minus 3 damage. So no save, 12 damage, and it doesn't blow up. So the Storm Speeder gets ripped from the sky, and then the rest of the bio weapons from the Tyranids go firing out. Can't see anything, and out of line of sight of everything, but they go firing out anyway. And that's the end of my shooting phase. So now we're going to charge. Kevin the Swarmlord's going to go charging into those ATVs, and of course you're not going to Overwatch.
I'm going to Overwatch. Is it just the ATVs he's going into?
Yeah, well, I can tag other things.
Okay.
So let's just try and kill an ATV or two.
Yeah.
1 minute. I'm having a look at this. Thanks for shouting it out, by the way.
It's all right.
ATV's got 100 wounds. They've got
8 each, yeah.
Yeah. So that is actually 24 wounds. But the attack bikes have 5 each?
They do currently reroll
Or
hits,
4
though.
each. So, yeah, but it's just 6s.
It's just 6s,
But
yeah.
I could kill them.
You could, yes.
So going into the attack bikes.
Okay.
Are you still Overwatching?
100%.
You don't have to if you don't want to,
going
though. He
to
just
be-
wants hugs with his big arms.
We don't like being touched, really.
Particularly by Xenos. 6s to hit. With the reroll. That's a hit. Strength 8, toughness 8. He's a chonky lad. It gets through. 4 up and vulnerable save. It does get through for D6 plus 2 damage.
7.
Which is 7 damage. But I do have Catalyst. And I don't make any of them.
Does it start with 9?
No, he starts off with 13.
Also, he's nerfed.
He's on 6 wounds
Got the
remaining.
bolters that might twink off 1 or 2. You never know.
It's not going to happen. He's got a 2-up save.
Well, you just said that.
Well, I know, but I'm saying it again. I'm saying it again now.
6s then.
Yes.
So there's 3.
Re-rolling everything. Because you're going to need 6s to wound and have a 2-up save. It's going to be fine.
It's probably going to be fine, yeah.
Okay, 5 hits get through.
I'm going to roll these ones.
And then no wounds.
nothing wounds, yeah.
Right, let's see if I can make a charge. Or
course
whether
you
you
can.
slowed me down by the firepower. Oh, that's a 10. He gets in there.
Yeah.
Right, the Swarmlord goes in there against the unit of attack bikes. I've tagged the ATVs as well.
Oh.
Now, I know Space Marines have a stratagem called hit and run warfare because I use it all the time.
Yeah.
Which means they can fall back and shoot if they spend a CP.
I can't do both.
But I'm happy for you to spend a CP. And let's try and kill some attack bikes. Right, it's always got 9 attacks. But he hits on 3s at this bracket. I've spent a CP on Voracious Appetite, so I can reroll with your strength 9, but your toughness 5. So I'm winning you on 3s, so I want to reroll all wins.
Yeah.
So hitting on 3s. That's 6 hits. And then 3s to wound, but re-rolling everything because of Voracious Appetite. Good job I spent the money.
Nice.
-4, 3 damage a time. So that'd be 6 on one bike, 6 on another bike, and 6 on another bike of your Feel No Pains. And the Chief of Porphyry could not save those attack bikes. The power of Kevin was overwhelming. The ATVs, however, pile in. They get to fight back.
They have a lot of attacks each because of Shock Assault.
Okay.
But they're going to be winning on 6s. For 3 at AP dash.
Okay.
So you're
2-up saves.
You're
I
good.
don't think you get Shock Assault if I consolidate into you, but I didn't do
You
any
charged them,
damage.
didn't you? Oh, yeah, no, yeah.
Well, you didn't do anything anyway. So 6 wounds left on the Hive Tyrant. I've traded them out, I think, because the attack bikes are gone, and that 6 multi-melter's gone. And there's a lot of stuff for you to kill him. If you don't kill him this time, stood there in the middle of the street on his own with all of his buddies cheering in the backfield, going, "Go on, Kev, get in there." He'll be very worried if you don't kill him. Plus, you have the opportunity to drop some reserves in. You'll notice that I didn't bring in any of my Ravenous.
Yeah.
Because, well...
Forgot about them.
No, the only place that I could have really dropped them in was over there anyway. There's no gaps opened up yet.
No.
I want to come at you from behind.
What?
Yeah, so let's go to White Scar's turn 2. We're back up the White Scar's end of the battle grid to show you this unit of Outriders. They're going to be firing through the doorway, and this unit of Outriders firing through the doorway. They both have line of sight and a range on the little bugs down there. That should be a lot of firepower. And the Storm Speeder's hopped up over here, mainly because it looks really cool. And also, it's going to have a lot of firepower coming down into these warriors here, along with the attack bikes, which have fallen back. They can still shoot with hit and run warfare. That's a lot of pain coming this way.
Yes.
It looks like the White Scars want to break this flank. And I'm saying that because down in this corner, the Keshig Terminators teleported in, and the Vanguard Veterans have dropped down from out of the sky. So there's going to be a lot of pressure down on this side of the battle grid. There's going to be some firepower on this flank as well. Who's dealing with Kevin, though, Sultan?
So the Blade Guard, Corsaro Khan, and the Smash Chaplain are all going in.
Okay.
We think we can do it in combat, though there are a few tasty pistols around here that could also help.
He ignores the first wound in melee in close combat, and you didn't get off Litany of Hate, so no one here is re-rolling all hits. What's the one that you got off?
Mantra of Strength.
So he's got damage for Crozius right now.
Yeah.
He has toughness 6, though. Toughness 8, though.
Strength 8.
So it's the wounding part is going to be a bit tricky. Yes. But now, let's go on to the shooting phase. What do you mean we're starting here and you're going to throw a bird at me?
Of course, Corsaro Khan literally throws a heat-seeking bird.
A heat-seeking bird on his arm?
It's never done any damage, so don't worry. But on a 4-up, it does a mortal wound. It doesn't do any damage.
Okay, right, okay. Any more shots?
We've got 2 heavy bolt pistols and a Neo Volkite from this squad, because it's free now. So the bolt pistols, hits, wound on 6s, 1 wound.
At -1, I'm okay.
Okay, and then the Neo Volkite.
I think it's 2 shots.
I think you're right.
And I think it's strength 5, and on 6s it does a mortal wound in addition, I think. There's a mortal wound, which I'll shrug, which I don't shrug, and then save. I think I make the save unless it's -1.
I think it is -1. No, it's not.
So yeah, 1 mortal wound was taken off Kevin from the Volkite pistol. Then we did all the small arms. We did Iron Hail, Heavy Stubber, bolt guns, bolt pistols, everything wounded me on 6s. I'm okay.
You're all good.
Still on 5 wounds remaining, softened and bleeding, ready for the charge. Now we're on to this unit of Outriders. Perfect parade ground discipline here, firing through that doorway and down into the Termagants. In on 3s. And your Chapter Master's nearby, so you're re-rolling the 1s. 3s to wound. The little flesh bags. AP -1 right now because of the tactical doctrine. Oh yeah, but -1 because of the barricade. I get 6-up saves. 1 minute, I have a 5-up invulnerable save. Oh, look at that. Only 3 die. We're going to do the same with this unit.
Yeah.
3s. Not re-rolling anything this time, though, because no Chapter Master nearby. And 3s. And that is 6 wounds.
6 wounds, yeah.
5-up. I don't make any of them. So in total, 9 little bugs die. Moving from the ruins down to the central street to the ATVs. The multi-motors are coming up into the warriors, and then the rapid fire guns are coming down into little bugs here. This one can actually see that one, which is really annoying because that means he can shoot at all of them. What are we doing first? Multi-motors?
Yeah, I've got that in my hand. So
3s.
Hit on 3s.
You miss 4 times, and you don't wound.
Ooh.
So the multi-motor fire hoses down the front of this building, but the warriors are like, duck, cover, and they duck
Kill a barrel.
and you kill that barrel, and they're absolutely fine.
Yes.
Now loads of little guns into rapid firing.
Oh, the ATVs
guns.
aren't having it. They did just get scared by a swarm lord.
Well, last time your multi-motor shots were.
That was the attack bike.
Oh,
the ATVs aren't having a good day. 3s to wound. These are -1.
you're -1.
Yeah.
-1, +1, 6-up saves, 5-ups still.
Yeah.
I lose 4 more. Little bugs gone, and the storm speeder pilot up here shouts down to the ATV saying, "Don't worry, I got this." Firing at the warriors.
So he's just in range for everything. So this is in half range.
Okay. Hits twice.
3s.
Wounds twice. 5+ invulnerable saves. Fail them both. Hammer strikes in half range. The melt was just at max range. So the first bug isn't dead.
And then
they're dead. Now, so 1, he gets fragged. And then we've got the missiles.
Yeah.
Which hit once. And wound once. AP minus something.
Still your 5-up invuln, yeah.
I'm okay.
And then the final 2 shots. Hit. And these are strength 6, so 3s again. These are only -1 though, but you get cover.
I fail that.
D3.
Ooh.
So there's 1-on-1 wound. No. Yeah. No, just 1 damage.
Now there is 1-on-1 wound.
Yeah.
2 wounds. One of the warriors is left on 2 wounds. That building is not looking good though, having been lit up by the missiles and all the melters from the ATVs and all the storm speeders, and that is the end of the White Scars shooting phase. We're now onto their charge phase. There's some charges down here that pretty much can't fail into Kevin. But the ones that we're really interested in are Keshik Terminators and Vanguard Veterans trying to charge up my backfield. So what are we doing, Sultan?
I'm spending CP on Fierce Rivalries.
Right.
3d6, discard the lowest.
Who are you doing it on?
These Terminators into these guys, because if these guys don't make it in,
Yes.
then they get shot, it's fine. If these guys don't make it in, but they do,
right,
these guys will turn around and murder them.
That sounds like some kind of logic. So 3d6 with the Keshik Terminators. Here we go. Windswift something.
Oh, they're in.
Oh yeah, they're very angry. That is a 16-inch charge.
Well, discard the lowest.
Wailing into the warriors there. Now it's a 9-inch charge to tag my Tervagants from behind.
Just gonna reload the dice.
Reload the dice. And that
they're
is
in.
1 inch short.
Oh wait, yeah, I'm not Blood Angels.
You're not Blood Angels.
I'm gonna spend another CP.
Okay.
Reload the dice.
Reload
again.
the dice one more time. Can the Vanguard make it in? No,
Oh.
they can't. They've dropped down into the street and they're somewhat exposed from the Exocrine and the Warriors next turn.
Uh-ohs.
But you put 5 Terminators in my backfield.
Yeah.
And then we'll do the other charges against Kevin. Right, here we are. After the charge, all the characters in the Blade Guard against Kevin. Now that Chaplain has got 4 attacks, then Shock Assault, then Imperium Sword, then Mantra of Strength, then an extra D3 attacks for his Warlord trait, getting him up to 9 attacks. Now the Benediction of Fury is Strength 6, and then Mantra of Strength 7,
Yeah.
Imperium Sword Strength 8.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Brilliant.
And you're hitting on 2s, but you're not re-rolling any hits right now
No.
because you didn't get that one off.
He does get +1 to wound within range of Corsair Khan, though.
Does he?
Yes.
So he's winning on 3s with the Benediction of Fury, and he hits every single time.
He angry.
He's a chaplain. They're always angry. That's their thing.
Very angry.
And he wounds 6
6 times.
Right, I need 4 up and vulnerable saves.
Ooh.
And I ignore the first damage coming through.
Oh, I shouldn't have started with him.
So
Whoops. That's 4 damage, though.
that is 4 damage. Well, he's...
I forgot you did that. I shouldn't have started with him.
Feel no pains. He's on 2 wounds left. I think you got this.
Ooh.
1 minute. There was 2 6s there as well, and Benediction of Fury gives you mortal wounds
Yeah.
in addition.
I always forget.
So he's on 2 wounds remaining. I need to make 2 5s, or the chaplain has one-shotted him.
Good luck. You're all right. He's on 1 left.
Because now I have to spend some PCB to interrupt.
Yeah.
Right, I think he's in on 4s. I'm not going to do it with the Terminators over there.
Okay.
The chaplain isn't... Who's the one that gives out rights of war, everything becomes... He's over there.
Yes.
Damn it.
He's over there buffing.
Okay, but...
Each one you get through is a dead Blade Guard.
Because it's 3 damage.
Yeah, you need to get 2 through to kill him, 1 to kill one of them.
Sold. Let's hit the Blade Guard. Right, he's really poorly. He's on 1 wound. So 4s to hit.
He's all right.
He's all right, though.
He's all right.
8 hits. 2s to wound. He is all right. He gets 7 wounds through, each doing a flat 3 damage. You need 7 4-up invulnerable saves. Ooh, you only fell 3, and the apothecary is right there.
So I need to do the first one.
Yes.
He's
alive
on
on
1
one
which means
wound.
The second one.
Right, now he's dead.
And then the third guy is
Okay.
alive on 1 wound.
So I only kill 1 and drop 1 down to 1 wound remaining. And now the Blade Guard can fight back. Now, we could fight with the Khan, but we're fighting back with the Blade Guard for vengeance, for honour. 2s to hit.
Cadia, wait, no.
Cadia.
3s to hit.
3s to
Rerolling
hit.
1s because of the Capitan.
Oh, yes.
I'm sorry, I'm just knocking dice left, right, and Chelsea.
That's fine. 5s to wound.
4s to wound because +1 to wound.
Because I can't.
Because I can't. They're Blood Angels, White Scars things now.
Okay.
They wound 4 times.
So the Khan, then, does he give you re-roll hit rolls of 1 like a normal captain?
Like a normal captain. His special thing is +1 to wound.
Ooh.
Which is what the Salamander's Primaris lad does as well.
I like that
Which is
more
strong
than all the
effect.
other things.
It's
Yeah,
cool,
re-roll
yeah.
hit rolls of 1 and, yeah, that's it.
It's a strong little
Yeah.
combination.
Well, I'm not going to fail a 4-up and vulnerable save now. I'm going to be fine.
It'll be fine.
See, I pass all my 4-up and vulnerable saves.
Khan's going to have to have a go then, isn't he?
So it's going to have to be Khan. The Khan strikes back with Moonfang. He hits on 2s. He hits 5 times. Strength 6, but +1 to wound. So
Yeah.
4s to wound, and he re-rolls all wounds
Versus-
against characters. And Kevin
Ooh,
definitely is a
only
character.
1.
Do you want to command point it? Because if I make an invulnerable save, you haven't killed Kevin.
I'm going to command point it. It
2.
wounds.
So I need to make 2 invulnerable saves.
Yeah, you're good at this, don't worry.
But defenders fight first, fall back and charge. Oh, my synaptic ability that I can do on him, Hive Tyrants, is fall back and charge.
Yeah, ooh, okay.
So if I make both of these 4s, Kevin is a hero this day. He's been a hero before.
He is a hero.
And it's been a long time since he's come out of the box.
I remember when he was a Vox operator once. That's
yeah.
a different Kevin, never mind. Oh, yes! You need to command point it with
I
us.
am command pointing it. You command pointing it. I'm command pointing it. 4 up. Here we go.
Yes!
No, how many damage is it?
It's D3.
It's D. Oh,
He only has 1
it's
wound.
D3. He's
Yeah.
got 1 wound. I've got feel no pain. So
I forgot he had
yeah,
no pain.
yeah.
Oh no! You can
It's
reroll
just-
the damage roll for
Can
free.
he?
It says in the book.
It says in the book, he re-rolls wounds and
It's
he
still 1.
re-rolls down.
It's still 1.
5 up to keep Kevin alive. You went in with your smash chaplain, with Khan, with everything. Hang in there, Kevin. Come on. No!
Okay.
Does he lash out when he goes?
This is heart and mouth
no,
stuff.
he just gets cut down. You see, I knew I'd trade him up, but there was a hope there. There was a chance that he could last for
one a dream that was Rome.
more time. There was a dream that was Kevin. Right, from one epic combat, we come all the way down to the other side of the battle grid. You haven't got any CP left.
No.
For Fury of the First or
I think
anything.
it was worthwhile over there, though.
Yeah. I've spent a CP on Reinforced Hive Node, or something like that, or Reinforced. Basically, it makes -1 damage to them, because your hammers are damage 3.
Yeah.
I've got 3 wounds. This turns your hammers to damage
If I'm still alive next turn, that won't matter.
Well, there's not a lot of choppy back here, but 4s to hit. Do you want to roll? You roll in there. You roll in there. Drop dice. Where do you want to roll?
I'll roll where you told me
Wait,
to.
see,
Yeah.
the camera can see more here.
Yeah, well,
4s.
it's for the peoples.
That's pretty good hitting. 3s to wound. I am a tough old chonky bood. Bood?
Dude.
I don't. Yeah.
Only 4, so you will live this day.
-2.
Yeah.
So I need 6 up saves.
It's 5 up saves because of the...
What? Because of the
five-
invuln thing.
Yeah, yeah.
So that'll kill 1, and that puts 1 down to 1 wound
Yes.
remaining. The 3 warriors pile in and fight back. Here's all the scything talents on 3s. And it's strength user. This is 5 versus 4. So 3s to wound. These are all AP -1, 1 damage. We have 9 3-up saves before the dual bone swords strike out, and 1 is down to 1 wound remaining. Then the warrior with the dual bone sword steps forward and says, "My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die." And hits on 3s. And he only hits twice. He'll wound on 3s.
Friends.
And then -2 damage.
4 up saves. Make one fair one, kills the guy that I don't like.
Okay.
Not because he's got a bad personality, but because he's standing like a chod.
So at the end of turn 2, White Scar's reinforcements have encircled the prey and dropped in behind the Tyranid lines and are already pressuring the home field objectives. We've got 3 turns to go, however. And remember, that objective in the middle of the table will be worth 5 points. Some of the ATVs have put themselves danger close. There is a lot of smite that can come out from my brain blocks. But these things have like 8 wounds, right?
They do.
So I think they can take it.
Primaris, so transhuman is potentially an option.
Yeah. And then, of course, rip Kevin. He did what he could do. He did wipe out a unit of attack bikes.
Well.
So I'll
How
buy
many
that.
points is he?
240.
Oh, he didn't kill his points then.
No. But he did. He kept you back for a turn, and he kept you busy for a turn.
Bizet.
And then my Raveners must drop in. I mean, it's an open play thing, so you could technically drop in turn 1 or turn 5, but we're doing 2s and 3s. Otherwise, it can get a bit janky.
Yeah, and I wouldn't have known that.
Reminding you that that's a match play thing, not an open play thing.
Oh dear.
Okay, so now we go on to Tyranids. Turn 3. Right, first up, before I move anything, you kill 12 little bugs, 2d6. Let's see if I can get boxcars and get them all back in. No, I get half of them back in, 6 of them back in.
Nice.
Some of them are actually dead now. And I'm going to do rapid regeneration one more time on this Screamer Killer that hid and ran back here. Who's on 2 wounds, and he's now back to 4 wounds. See, that doubled from 1 to 2 to 2 to 4. That's very narrative,
Next
isn't
time
it?
you're going to roll... Oh, wait, you can't.
Okay, so here we are after my movement phase. Not a lot have moved. I'm going to put Catalyst on the little swarm of bugs down here. What are you doing?
I'm dropping the apothecary.
Was there a damage with the thing?
Not the actual apothecary, sorry, the super glue.
Yeah.
Yeah, his arm fell off.
In our house, the apothecary is the super glue. So that's Catalyst Sultan. And you don't deny it with
nothing.
With nothing. And I put them on the little bugs because they're OBSEC and I need to hold on to that objective. Okay? Yeah. And then I've moved the Exocrine round there to shoot at ATVs, and I've moved these round here to psychic ATVs. We're going to do that now.
There's some intent forming here.
There's a smite coming up. And
that's a soupy.
That's a super smite because you add for every dude.
This could really hurt.
This is going to be D6 plus 3. You add 3 to this result.
You roll a 5 up.
And that's 4 mortal wounds. You can't command point...
A psychic test?
No. You can't. You can command point a hit, a wound, damage, things like that, but this isn't a damage from a weapon. This is the result of a psychic ability. Oh. So one of those ATVs is down to 4 wounds remaining.
He shrugs it off.
Hopefully Exocrine will be able to polish them off. Down in this corner, The synaptic ability that I've popped this turn is 6's explode in close combat because I'm still in close combat with you.
And defenders fight first.
And defenders fight first, which is you.
Yeah.
But this Screamer Killer is going to have to run all the way because this thing is the terrain. It was either that way round and then I couldn't fit through there, or around here. Well, I could fit through there, but it was a longer charge. This way is like a 9-inch charge because I'm not slowed down by terrain.
You could have get. You remember? You've read Devastation of Baal.
I have. Yeah.
Lictor takes its arms off to fit into a sheet because it doesn't care.
Yeah.
The Carnifex could have done that. Just take off 3 attacks.
Yeah. So he's going to go chonking in, try and deal with them, and then Little Bugs and the second unit of warriors are going to try and deal with the Vanguard.
Oh, no, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so you've pulled me back with your reserve units. So I've done the same to you, because in turn 3, both of the squads of Raveners have dropped in here. And it's going to be a 9-inch charge onto this unit of bikes. And then that leaves you a decision, because there's an objective here. That leaves you a decision to make as well. Just like I have, how much do you divert to try and deal with something in the backfield? Or do you just focus on the central objective?
I am doing more damage now, though, in combat. So hopefully...
Why? What? Who?
It's Assault Doctrine now, so I get the +1 damage.
Oh yeah, +1 damage to all
so
melee weapons.
To kill the guys over there. Really.
Well, I'm going to try.
I think you will possibly succeed. Yeah.
Shall we start off with the shooting phase?
Okay.
The Exocrine is going to fire D3 plus 6 shots into those ATVs. And it's going to be 9 shots.
Uh-oh.
This is 3s to hit, 3s to wound at 3 damage with no save. Ooh. So one was on 4 wounds, so that will kill him.
And injure another.
And that will put one down to 2 wounds remaining. So at the end of all of that, only 1 attack bike has gone.
If you rolled really well, they would have been completely gone.
See, the thing is, the Stinger Salvo from Big Mama can't actually hit. And I did have a good look beforehand to see how many little bugs could actually shoot them, and there was 8. So let's do the little bugs now. She can buff them as well. Normally they hit on 4s, but they're hitting on 3s. And these are wound on 4s at AP -1. Trying to tickle off. They're strength 5 now. It's stupid. It's absolutely stupid.
I agree.
Well, these are all wounds. You need more saves than that.
I'm sorry. I thought they were hits.
No.
Oh, silly me. Yeah.
3 more saves, please.
Oh yeah, I forgot they were winning on 4.
3 more. 1, 2, 3. Two
you
more
kill
wounds.
the one that's injured.
Do I?
Yeah.
The little bugs.
Yeah.
So he was dodging right, jinking left, plasma fire coming in all over the... What?
Their guns are as good as Tal pulse rifles.
I know, that's why strength 5 AP... They're stupid. Those guns are stupid. They should just be strength 4.
We were saying, if they were like 3 or 4 points each and had like just bolter level weapons...
I'm not happy with them having a 5-up save and a good gun. They should be like -3 points and utterly useless apart from board control, apart from swarming stuff out.
30 of them on objective. Doesn't matter if the Space Marine captain's standing there, they're swarming it.
Anyway, that's the end of my shooting phase.
Yeah.
Oh no, we haven't. I remembered. I've got Death Spitters.
Oh, and you've got a Screamer
over here. Well, you're in combat over there.
Over there.
No, he can't see you, but these Death Spitters can shoot the Vanguard.
No.
So they hit on 3s, and Death Spitters are strength 5. I think they're AP2 -1. I need to check the book. Because I do 3 wounds. It is -2 1 damage.
And you kill one and injure one.
Nice.
That's a bad roll.
Okay. Little bugs are going to shoot at them as well. Hitting on 4s. Wounding on 5s.
3s.
3s, I meant.
He's fine. There's
He's
one
fine.
on 1 wound there.
Okay. And then we've got 2 more Death Spitters over here from these warriors, which are going to fire in at the ATV. 24-inch range.
Should still be in range.
I hope so. 3s and 4s, 3 5-up saves, and that speeder takes 3 damage. It's on 5 remaining. And at the end of my shooting phase, when those White Scars ATVs break into the central street, 2 of them have been lit up and died. Psychic bullets, mind bullets, other bullets. Now we're going to charge. Round here, I've got a 9-inch charge from this unit of Raveners into them.
Yeah.
I'm not slowed by terrain or anything. And that's an 8. I'm not going to CP reroll it because I lined up the second unit ready for a 9-inch charge as well, which is the same as a CP reroll but with a separate unit. And that's a 7. I think I'm going to need a CP reroll one of these. And that's a 10. So the Raveners make it into close combat. There is another 9-inch charge that I need, which is the Screamer Killer to run around this big melee with the Keshik Terminators and my warriors to join in. Really need him in there, Sultan, because damage 3, Terminators are 3 wounds.
Ooh, well
and that's an 11, he's angry. Then there's my glamorous assistant, puts him down there. The last thing left to go in is an 8-inch charge warriors into Vanguard vets. And they rolled a 3. That is a failed charge.
These guys just
little guys, if I send them into there, they're dead.
Yeah,
they're absolutely dead.
Yeah, true,
so
true.
Now you've got an option to charge that way or charge that way.
I would like that.
But how many attacks do they have each? Like 5?
The lead guy will have like 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't get a save.
Yeah.
And you're like hitting on 3s, killing on 2. You wipe them out.
3.
And re-rolling wounds because they're all lightning claws. There's no point sending them in. So you don't have any CP to interrupt.
No.
So let's start here with the Screamer Killer into the Keshik Terminators.
No.
Starting the fight phase with the Screamer Killer. I've spent a CP on Voracious Appetite, so he re-rolls wounds because he's very hungry. He was on 1 wound earlier on, and he needs some flesh.
If he does this, he's a hero because he took all the hits, came back, and is now going to eat some people.
Yeah. He's like, oh, 1 minute, the food's down this end. And all that. So 3s to hit. 6s count as extra hits.
You only lose 1. Nice.
Because of the thing, the Synaptic Imperative. Mm-hmm. And then 3s to wound. And then, reroll all failed wounds because he's hungry.
Voracious.
Yeah. These are -3 damage. So you need to make 7 invulnerable saves.
Yeah.
Hammers and shield guys.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Table dead? Oh, they're dead.
So at the end of that combat, the firstborn came in, destroyed a warrior, and then got run over by a very, very angry Screamer Killer.
Just like the books.
Now we're going to go all the way up here to the Raveners and do their bajillion attacks. Right, Raveners have 5 attacks each with their Ravener claws. They're not Rending claws, they're Ravener claws. And then they would do the Siphon Talons. But here's these are -2, which comes -3 because I charged you. Strength 5. So I need 4s to wound, AP -3, 1 damage. And I only did 5 wounds. 5 6-up saves.
Oh, I make 2, so live on 1 wound.
Okay, so there's still a biker left. And then they've got 2 of the Scything Talons each.
This is the one that just kills.
No, it's 3s to hit. And these are 4s to wound. I think, yeah, -1 becomes -2 on the charge. So a 5 up.
Lives.
And you're alive. So the Raveners, this is why no one takes them. They go flying. No, I thought it was Rending claws, but they have Ravener claws. And you might be able to put Rending claws on them for free these days, but I can't. Yeah. I can't check the. I'm not going to check the fact. I'm using what's on their data sheet.
Okay.
I mean, the facts and the balanced data slates have gone one way, they've gone the other way, they've gone up, they've gone down. There's a reason why we're playing an open play fun mission.
I don't even know what this is anymore.
What is that?
A knife or a gun? Is he going to throw the knife? Is he going to throw the gun?
I think he's called a Spesh Marine. So the Raveners went in there and went, haha, karate, ninja. But we've been out-ninjaed by the White Scars wheeling around and then hitting with all their chainsaws back again, hitting on 3s. 5s to wound, yeah.
He's a -2 though. Oh, 1 at -2, 2 damage.
Okay, so they only have a 4-up save, so I need a 6. And I make the 6.
That was a completely lackluster fight.
Yeah, those just bounced off each other.
Yeah.
And that is the end of Tyranids turn 3.
Uh-oh.
Now there is morale. ATV's a leadership 7. So you don't want to roll a 6, otherwise that one runs off as well.
Okay.
No, he manages to hold. We're about to go into White Skulls turn 3. They're engaged in combat at both sides of the battle grid, but there is a huge chunk still left in here. And bikers and things and the Blade Guard and Khan and the Storm Speeder and the attack bike. But at some point they're going to need to start pressuring this central objective. Maybe not yet. Maybe not in turn 3. And the Vanguard vets down this side of the battlefield all of a sudden look somewhat exposed.
Yeah.
As we go to White Scars turn 3. So the White Scars have moved, and boy do they move. They can fall back and charge. So the unit of Outriders spinning around here ready to charge in to the Raveners. And you've healed them up with the Apothecary.
Yeah.
And then the Blade Guard came busting forward, and you put one back in with the Apothecary as well.
Yeah.
So you're about to charge both of the Raveners here. Are there any other buffs that we need to be mindful of down in this corner?
In that corner... No.
Okay, but over here, there's a lot more... What? There is? What?
In the command phase, this is how far they've moved.
Yeah.
The Banner Bearer told them to hit better. So they're hitting on 2s.
They're hitting on 2s.
Yes.
So Blade Guard are hitting on 2s. We've got a lot of charges over here. The Impulsor busting forward and this unit staying on this objective here.
Yeah.
And then the Chapter Master buffed something.
Told the Outriders to re-roll everything.
Okay.
And then Corsaro Khan is there, not for the re-roll, but for the +1 to wound.
So they're re-rolling everything when they go in.
Yeah.
And instead of wounding on 5s, they'll be wounding on 4s when they go in.
Yes. Which is big.
So that's Khan. That's the Banner Bearer. And then you got Mantra Strength off.
Yeah.
And you're a damage 5 thingy bob, Chapter Master, Rite of War, Chaplain of Doom,
Cruise Missile.
It's a 7-inch charge into that Exocrine.
Yes. Rerollable.
Rerollable 7-inch charge. Why is it rerollable?
Imperium Sword.
Imperium Sword, yeah, of course it is. So 7-inch rerollable charge into the X. So hopefully if you manage to pull this off, all the Raveners will be dead and that corner will be dealt with. The Exocrine should be locked into combat. The Brain Bugs need to go because there's too much psychic shenanigans. And then round here, you've left this corner, which is good actually, because I've got a lot of points all of a sudden. I drew back towards the Vanguard Vets and the Terminators, and now I've got a lot of redundant points in the corner of the battle grid, because the Vanguard obviously didn't jump this way into the grinder. They jumped back the other way to take on the unit of warriors.
We're just passengers along for the ride. The dice are telling the story. So the Chapter Master, in his wisdom, decided it was worth for the first company to sell their souls over here in order to make the feint draw you in so we can attack the true objective in the centre.
That's very White Scars of you.
Yes.
Shall we go on to the shooting phase?
Yeah.
So we're going to start with the ATVs, shooting everything at the Brain Bugs.
ATV singular.
Yes, ATV singular.
He hits twice.
Okay.
With the melter.
3s to wound.
He wounds twice.
4 up in vulnerable saves. And make one fail one.
D6 +2.
Dead Brain Bug. Then the bolter fire from the ATV hits 4 times and will wound on 5s. And wounds twice.
Maybe dash.
And takes another wound off one of the Brain Bugs. Now the Outriders will fire in 12 shots with their rapid fire stuff, re-rolling everything because they've been Chapter Mastered up. The +1 to wound is in melee only, so these bolt guns will wound on 5s.
-1.
3. Well, it's always the 4 up and buns. And one of them's down to 1 wound remaining. So Corazzo Khan sets his homing pigeon off on a Brain Bug.
He actually hits and doesn't wound.
He hits, it does the mortal wound, he feasts on the lovely Brain Bug, peck, 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 and then flies back to his master. Then we had a bolt pistol and some fire from the impulsor coming into the last Brain Bug, and when all the smoke has cleared, the Brain Bug's down to 2 wounds remaining. Now Sultan's in thinking mode, because there is a Storm Speeder here that can fire at the Brain Bug, or fire at the Warriors, or fire somewhere completely differently. So what are we doing with the Storm Speeder?
We're going to put let's say baby guns, they're still strength 6,
right.
D3 damage going into that, and then the other guns going into here.
Okay, what is the baby gun D3
the baby
damage?
gun, it's a crack storm launcher, so it's 2 of them.
Okay.
So they hit on 3s.
Right. They both hit.
Wound on 3s. And it's mine, it doesn't matter, but
4 up and bun.
D3. For 1.
It's on 1 wound remaining.
I'm going to command point it.
Really? It's your only CP that you have.
No, it doesn't matter.
It's on 1 wound remaining. And then we're going to do the melters into the warriors. 3 shots, hitting on 3s and wounding on 3s.
1 wound.
At AP -4, don't get a save. This guy gets wiped out. Then the missiles come in and hit once. And wound once.
-3.
And I make the save.
Nice.
1 minute, we found a gun. The Chapter Master firing, trying to kill the Brain Bug so the Outriders can charge past.
2s, no.
No.
5s, 1 wound.
He does wound. And he doesn't kill the Brain Bug.
I'd been quite sad if he got him after spending that command point.
Yeah. After the Chapter Master fired in, we came over here. Remember, the Outriders fell back and they can charge, but they can't shoot. So it was just the Blade Guard and the Apothecary firing in. Managed to take a couple of wounds off one of those Raveners, down to 2 wounds remaining. There was also a grenade chucked by the Vanguard veterans over here into the Warriors, which didn't cause any wounds. And that is the end of the shooting phase. So there are some charges coming up. The Vanguard vets want to charge into the Warriors. And they make the charge. I didn't overwatch. Where are we going to next?
Corsaro Khan needs to make the barrier to get in with your Brain Bug.
Okay.
Because if he makes it, then the bikes can slingshot.
Whoa.
Or does he? The bikes probably need to go first, don't
The
they?
bikes probably need to go first.
Oh, that's the danger.
Yeah.
Well, they can charge both.
They can charge both.
But then if they don't make it.
But if they don't make both.
Yes.
So Sultan, it's going to be a 9-inch charge from them, and you don't have the CP. And you need them to rev and get out of the way so Khan can go charging into the Brain Bug. Obviously, the perfect thing would be to engage the little bugs and the brain bugs. But if you fail this charge,
Yeah, it's a lot
then
of wasted.
if you fail that charge, then you fail all the charges here.
Yeah, so we're just going to charge and tag.
Yeah, I would.
think.
I mean, after all the effort to take out the mortal
Yeah.
wound things, to just leave that there.
Yeah, right. So this is like a 2-inch charge.
Yeah.
Well, it's not even. They're in contact. But the big charges...
They would have made the charge. They would have made the charge,
yeah.
but they're going to go in anyway.
Whee!
So at the end of the charge phase, it looks like... So the Outriders charge in, and it looks like this. Now, Khan just needs to make the barricade. It's like a 5 or something.
Yeah.
Yep.
He would have made
Cesaro,
it.
Khan goes flying in.
I'm going to go over because I can.
Really? Well, you're still in range of that.
It's more the -2 movement the next turn when I
Okay.
want to get there.
Oh, yes.
The Ancient's going to go as well. I don't know what he needs, but that'll probably do
A
it.
9 will do it.
Whee! I have to go there because his base is big.
Okay, so mini charges. I do have about 4 CP, so I can
You want to
interrupt.
Yeah.
Round here, don't roll snake eyes on the Outriders. See how far they go. They go 8, so you will be able to get them all in here. And the Blade Guard veterans as well. Don't roll snake eyes on them. No, they don't trip over any of the rubble and the ruins and the spars. They get in to the Raveners as well. Now, the decisions that you have to make, Sultan, is who do you not mind losing? Because I will pay to interrupt somewhere. So you're not worried about the Raveners?
Not against the bikes, no. So not against... Because the last time you charged me, you had more AP, right?
Yeah.
And this time you have less. And
I have less
charged you.
AP.
And the Blade Guard have a 4-pin run.
Right.
The Brain Bug can only do a headbutt.
It's a 1 headbutt.
Whereas over here, no
Yes.
saves and stuff. And I have a Sergeant with 6 attacks at 3 damage.
Oh yeah, the Assault Doctrine's in effect. You're going to
Yeah.
go straight through all the armor. Do I want to spend a CP on Reinforced Hive Node to keep these? No, I don't. Because even if you kill them, I've got some redundancy that can come back and deal with your Vanguard vets.
Yeah.
So let's do all the attacks with the Vanguard. Who's this?
Sergeant.
Sergeant?
Because he has a 3 damage.
Mastercrafted one.
Yeah.
3s. He hits 4 times. And 5s.
Rerolling.
Rerolling everything with no save. 3 damage each. He wipes out one of them. Then we're going to do the other attacks. 3 Vanguard. 15 attacks on 3s. And 5s. Rerolling, because that's what Lightning Claws do. They do that in Heresy as well. They've always done that. I like it.
Yeah, it's
Schnickety
cool.
schnick. So no save, each
7.
doing 4 damage. So
2
one's
damage.
2 damage. So that is 4 damage, 4 damage, 4, and one's dead already. That's the squad of warriors.
Well done, lads.
Wiped out. The Vanguard veterans complete their mission, wiping out a unit of troops and distracting the entire Tyranid force. So now I'm going to pay 2 CP to interrupt with a brain bug.
Yeah.
No.
No, you're not.
I'm going to spend 2 CP to interrupt with the...
This is probably a
See,
more...
Blade Guard got 3 wounds, so they would technically be easier to take out. But there's an apothecary nearby.
Yeah.
These have got 4 wounds, and they're quicker. Let's try and hit the Outriders.
Okay.
So 20 attacks from Ravener Claws, hitting on 3s, and winning on 4s, drop dice. And they're -2, 1 damage. Pretty good. That forces 8 5-up saves. If you could roll badly... I think I kill a bike. I kill a bike.
I don't shrug it.
You don't shrug it too far away. And they've got the Scything Talons, which will hit on 3s, 4s, and then -1.
Fine. So 1 bike goes.
And now they can fight back. Outriders doing what Outriders do. They've got 1,000 attacks on the charge, and they hit on 3s. And they are wounding on
5s.
Did you buff these guys to +1 to wound?
No, the ones over there
No, it was the
were-
ones over there. Yeah, 5s to wound. Only 1.
-2, 2 damage.
6-up save. No, 1 is down to 2 wounds remaining. And now we're going to do the Blade Guard. So buffed by the Chapter Ancient, the Blade Guard veterans hit on 2s. They're going to wound on 4s. I won't get a save. And every single one of these does 3 damage because of White Scars. 1 dead Ravener, 2 dead Ravener, 3 dead Ravener, 4 dead Ravener. There is 4 in that squad. 4 wounds
Wow.
each. They get, warriors, those warriors over
Have 3.
These are 4.
Are they the same kit? They're not, are they?
They're not the same. Well, I think they're the same kit from the... I don't know. I can't remember. So a massive fight happens in their broken temple at the back. The Blade Guard reign victorious from their scrap. The Outriders still have some scrapping to do. Meanwhile, over here, we have a bajillion attacks from Outriders into 1 brain bug on 1 wound remaining. And the brain bug gets wiped out with ease. The bikes consolidated round into the little bugs, and they fought back and didn't do anything. And Kozaro Khan,
Korsoro.
him, he's moved forward. The Ancient has moved forward. And that's the end of that combat there. And I was going to say that's the end of turn 3. But then we remembered
I forgot the main event.
the Smash Chaplain. A 7-inch rerollable charge. I'm going to Overwatch. I'm definitely going to Overwatch. But let's see if he gets in.
He's in.
It's an 11-inch charge.
I'm going to put him there. And you can
He gets in. Number of shots this turn will be 8. I need to hit. It's a damage 5 hammer.
Oh,
I
2
hit
hits.
twice.
He's got 7 wounds though.
Does he?
Yeah.
Damn it. 3's to wound. A wound twice. 4 up invulnerable saves. Okay, so he takes 3 damage. He's on 4 wounds remaining. 5 wounds remaining.
No, I'm lying to you.
4 wounds
right,
remaining.
Yeah, 7 is a thing, yeah.
Right, an extra D3 attacks on the charge. Let's see if you get the fat.
That's 2d3. I don't know why I threw
Right,
the second
just one of them. Here we go.
For 3.
Yes, that means he's up to 10 attacks.
I was actually just pulling dice out of my pocket.
I know. They were flying out all over the place. Chaplain versus Exocrine. The Chaplain will hit on 2s. That's 9 hits. Strength 8 versus Toughness 8. Winning on 4s. Oh. 2 mortal wounds in addition. Each of these 5 damage, right? He's got 15 wounds.
Yeah.
So basically I need to make 2 5s.
Okay.
And he's alive.
Good luck, mate.
Thanks. He's
You
alive.
make all of them.
He
Wow.
makes every single one and he takes 2 mortal wounds. And then I'll stomp on your Chaplain. Exocrine has 3 attacks. He hits on 3s and he's going to wound on 3s. At minus something, 2 damage. You make the save.
Good.
So the Chaplain goes flying in. He gets hit by Overwatch. Maybe that took him his swing. He
definitely hit. That's the thing. It must have just bounced off the carapace. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a piece of marble or something. So I'm not sure what he's expecting.
Well, what he is expecting is this Exocrine isn't firing at anything else while the Chaplain is doing wheelies around him and trying to take his legs.
Took 2 wounds off because I finally remembered the mortal wound thing.
To be fair, a lot of my stuff is now locked up in close combat all over the place. That is the end of turn 3. So the Vanguard is still rampage. I've got all this lot over here. They're going to need to start moving. I think I need a bit more support in the middle because my little bugs can't shoot. She can do. I'm saying as we go into Tyranids, turn 4. Right, before we get going, I'm going to fall back with the Raveners and spend a CP on Encircle the Prey. What happens is at the end of my turn, they burrow back down under the battlefield. So I'm going to do it now. And then next turn, in turn 5, they're going to pop up somewhere. So they're gone. Next thing, before I even move or anything, spawning 2d6 little bugs back in, and we're back up to full strength. Okay. And then the last thing I want to do is, even though he might not play any part of the battle, I feel like I've been regenerating, so I'm going to regenerate him again for another 2 wounds to get him back up to 6, because he's just ate some Terminators.
He's happy.
He's had a tasty snack and he's feeling a lot better about his life choices right about now. He was down. He went running forward. He got hit by a ton of metal and he went, "No, I'm coming back here." And everything's fine now. He's on 6. He's fine. Right, here we are after the movement phase. The Warriors and the Little Bugs are double teaming this objective here. You've guaranteed 1 over there, so I'm trying to guarantee 1 over here in case the one in the middle is a bit contested. And also I'm trying to stay well away from your Vanguard veterans. Exactly. And I also spent another CP on opportunistic advance on that Screamer Killer, so he ran all the way back up here again, moving 16. He's gone back. He's gone all over the place like a pinball, ready to, if he doesn't die, to melt a fire. Ready to jump in and make his mark next turn. I'm staying locked up with the Exocrine because defenders get to fight first, but your extra D3 attacks
and the +1 for Shock Assault and the +1 Imperial Sword all got. He has 4 attacks.
Yeah, it's all gone.
Yes.
Brilliant. And it'll be strength 7 instead of strength 8. So I think that Screamer Killer might be okay.
Strength 6 instead of strength 8.
Yeah. Right, the little bugs can't shoot in. I don't know why I'm still in combat.
Because falling back's quite difficult at this stage.
I think I need to fall back because you're just going to slaughter some. So we'll fall back out of close combat there.
Yep.
And then we'll fire a Stinger Salvo into the attack bikes, which hits on 3s and will wound on 4s. And that's 2 wounds at AP -1. Nope. And I don't do anything. And then we've got the Death Spitters from the 2 Warriors here that will fire out. And they'll hit on 3s.
Is this one guy with Death Spitters? And
they'll wound on... Oh, it's one guy with Death Spitters, you're right.
Sorry, you kept the sword.
The other guys, they all hit 1 wound at -2.
No.
No wounds. I think that's the end of my shooting phase because they're out of range. The Screamer Killer can't see anything and his range is a bit too short anyway.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, but
it's
true.
6 inches, isn't it?
This is one of the questions I get asked. True line of sight is a thing. If you can't see, you can't see, no matter what. So even though he's in a ruin, if it's completely blocked off, you can't shoot out of that ruin if all the doors are closed. You need open windows and open doors. That's the end of my shooting phase. His gun, the big gun on top of the X screen, is blast, so I can't fire it in close combat. Oh, I forgot my psychicness. I need to catalyst the troop unit that are going to try and win me the game. I catalyst the troop unit that are going to try and win me the game. It passes on a 6.
Brutal.
And now we charge in with the Trigon. She goes chonking in. Yeah. And the Warriors are going to try and make the charge into the Outriders as well. That's definitely not it. But let's CP re-roll it.
That's
I'm not
sure.
7 away? No, the Warriors are half an inch away. They fail that charge. So now we're on to the Turgonists. They're the only charge. And they've got massive scything talents. Got 4 attacks, which can ignore your armor and do 2d3 each. Or 8 attacks, which are AP minus 3, 2 damage. Might it's AP minus 4 because I'm Kraken. So let's do that. Put in my last CP in the pot for Voracious Appetite. I hit on 3. Oh.
Enough to kill them.
3's to wound, but re-rolling everything with Voracious Appetite. Right. Yeah. They are minus 4, 2 damage each.
So that kills 2 bikes.
Kills 2 bikes.
I'm going to pull out the 2 at the front. Yeah. Now out of combat so I can charge you.
And that's the end of charging models. So now we go across to the Chaplain. He's got 5 attacks now?
5 attacks, because Mantra Strength continues to the next phase.
2 stick. And 5's to wound this time on the Exocrine.
Yeah, he's strength 7.
Oh, he does do 3 wounds.
Still minus 3.
And it's still 4 damage?
Yeah, 4 damage,
Or 5 damage?
It's still 4 damage. 5 damage is when he charges.
Yeah, so I need 5s. And he takes 4 wounds. The Exocrine is down to 9 wounds remaining. Then he raises himself up on his back legs and his front forepaws come crashing down.
Like my dog when he's happy.
Yeah, and only hits your Chaplain once.
He's as clumsy as my dog when he's happy.
He manages to dodge 2 of them, your Chaplain. But he does get hit and he does need a 4-up invuln.
He makes the 4-up invuln.
The 4-up invulnerable save. And that's the end of Tyranids, turn 4. So there's no morale to take for the White Scars. They need to start positioning themselves for these objectives for the end game now, as we go into Space Marines, turn 4. So in the movement phase, the White Scars are setting themselves up for the end game. In the Temple, we have the Infiltrators.
Just quite happy standing there. Incursors.
Incursors, they're on this objective. The Outriders are wondering where the Raveners got to and camped on this objective, because otherwise I could just pop my Raveners straight back up and sit them straight on that objective. You want to send them forward, where their bolt guns and all their attacks can do a lot more damage, but you need to hold on to that objective. Because right now, 1, 2 objectives.
Yes.
And I control the big one in the middle. But there is multi-melter firepower coming down here into either Warriors or Screamer Killer. And then everyone else is looking at the big bugs. Corazzo Khan does his magic against characters.
Yeah.
Turvagon a character.
Yeah.
She's got a 5-up feel no pain built in with adaptive biology.
He's probably going to die. It's okay, though.
Well, you try to put down as much pressure as you can.
Heroes don't die.
Yes. And they just get removed as casualties. They never die.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the little bugs have got a 5-up feel no pain as well. And they're about to get hit by Vanguard Vets, which can advance and charge, a la White Scars.
Yeah.
Outriders, which can advance and charge. They zipped all the way around, and there's the Apothecary putting one back in, and then there is your Chapter Master, who makes everything there OBSEC.
Yes.
Because the goal is, it's turn 4, is shoot and kill and charge as many bugs as possible.
Yeah, the good thing about here is that these guys, because this red helmeted sergeant was here, the banner said, hey, hit better. And then he went there, and the Chapter Master went, hey, you can reroll now.
So they can hit better and reroll.
Yes.
So it's all about trying to take the central objective of the Tyranids, the crossroads, this tower of the Emperor, as we go into the shooting phase. So starting off the shooting phase, the characters here fired into the little bugs and have taken 3 wounds out. Now we're on to the ATV, firing at 6 shots into the little bugs. Yep. 27 of them to go.
Yep. See what we can do.
And they hit on 3s, and they wound on 3s. With a 5-up save and a 5-up catalyst.
It's about time you made a couple there.
Okay, so that's another one wiped out. 26 left to go, and the multi-melters are going to hit the warriors in the ruins, and both of them hit.
And no wounds. They've not been doing so well. These
go
warriors are
wide.
staying alive.
Well, they're troops, you see.
Yeah.
So that's why they're trying to hide in there, trying to be very, very quiet.
Finish the job.
Okay.
Hopefully. Here's the melter in half range.
Right.
Hits twice. I'm going to drop another one on the wounds.
I don't get a save. And it's in half range. It
kills
nukes one.
Then the missiles.
Yep.
Hits. 3s to wound. These are -3.
-3 becomes -2 because of the ruin. So I need a 6-up save. It's flat 3 as well, isn't it? So 6-up or death on the warriors.
You've done it before.
Death.
Road.
So ATVs, everything over here is fired, and the impulsor fired into Big Mama, and she's absolutely fine. Should also mention, actually, I forgot to say, where are the Blade Guard? They were over here.
They're in the impulsor.
They're in the impulsor. They ran back into the impulsor. The impulsor's moved, so they're ready to jump out next turn in turn 5 and win the day.
Hopefully.
Like veterans do.
Yes.
Okay, round here. What are we doing?
Just the last thing to shoot is the apothecary.
Is it?
Because everyone else advanced.
Okay.
So he hits.
Okay.
And then a wound on 3s into the little bugs.
Right.
2.
They get 4-up saves because of barricade, but they feel no pain.
That's fine. Okay. He's a healer, not a fighter.
He's a healer, not a fighter. There's still 26 left. Is that the end of your shooting phase, really?
That is. Yeah, well, you've killed a lot of the stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Chaplain charging back in again.
Yeah.
Full back in charge. So he's in. Vanguard veterans.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Yep, they're in. Okay. What else do you want to do?
We're going to send the Outriders in.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're in. They're
And
in.
then the Chapter Master in. Yeah.
Brilliant.
And then the Apothecary in.
Yeah, you just need to be on that side of the barricades within 2 inches.
So he'll
you're
hang
fine.
out there, yeah. Korsaro Khan.
Are you really sending him into the Turbogon on his
Actually,
own?
I think I just want the extra attacks to kill the bugs, right? Because I know she can bring some back, but he's not going to kill it by
bring
himself.
some back.
By himself. So he's going to go to the little bugs.
Okay.
And then maybe in turn 5 he'll have his fun.
Okay.
He's into the little bugs. The Chapter Ancient.
Yeah.
This is every man and his dog. He's in.
Right.
And well, that's every man.
Is that it all?
That's the one.
That's it all. Okay, let's pile them in. I don't have any CP to interrupt. This could be nasty. The trap has been sprung. The White Scars move in. I'm going to heroically intervene with Big Mama into the Vanguard because they're really nasty. Now let's fight. So we're starting with the Chaplain one more time. D3 extra attacks.
Yeah, he didn't get mantra this time, so he's got 9 attacks now.
So no mantra, but you did get reroll all hits.
Yes.
Which is good because everything's in close combat. So 2s to hit, reroll in anything. And then because you didn't get your thing...
5.
Yeah, 5s to wound. And these are 4 damage each.
That's mortal wound as well as the damage.
Right.
And that's the other damage there.
Okay. Okay, 4 5-up saves. And each of these does 4 damage now.
And a mortal wound.
And a mortal wound, which is a dead exocrine, which doesn't blow up. The Chapter Master, round 2, manages... Chaplain manages to take his kneecaps out, and as he's lying on his side, bury the Benediction of Fury in its skull.
See, this is a little bit silly, but Chaplain should be the best close combat Space Marine, in my opinion.
Chaplains and captains, they're very angry boys.
Yes.
Next, we're going up to the Outriders, so he's in range of him who is hitting, which is 2 inches of the little bugs. They're hitting on 2s because they've been told to hit better, and they're re-rolling everything because the Chaplain's nearby.
Any reason, really, yeah.
Brilliant. And they're winning on 3s. And I don't get a save, but I will get some feel, no pains.
These are 2 damage, though.
Oh. So 10 wounds came through, so I rolled 10, and 10 are dead. If I'd have got any 6s, then I'd have re-rolled to try and get a double 6.
Okay, yeah, fair.
There's 16 left. Now we have Koraza Khan. 2s to hit. Re-rolling as a Chaplain close enough. And then 2s to kill. Damage 3 now.
D3. It's actually D3.
Is it? Don't make those catalyst saves. They're wiped out. The other bike is too far away now to make it. So now we're on
praise.
to... Yeah. Hit harder. Now the Apothecary.
Hits on 3s.
Re-rolling. Chaplain.
Yeah, thank God for the Chaplain.
And then wounds on 3s.
Yeah, this is a chainsword as well, so...
No save.
He's within range of Korsaro Khan now because of the Consolidate, so actually 2s.
Oh, okay, so no saves, and these are 2 damage a time. So I need a 6, and then if that's another 6...
It's a catalyst, isn't it?
Next up, Chapter Master.
He only has 5 attacks.
Oh.
So he hits on 2s. He told himself to reroll, but doesn't need to.
Okay.
He'll kill on 2s.
Yeah.
Minus a million.
What's he got?
He's got a glaive,
which
is strength times 2 minus 3. Well, minus 4 now.
Right.
D3 plus 1 damage.
D3 plus 1. So the Chapter Master kills 5 more, which leaves all those Vanguard vets. I have heroically intervened, so you can put some into the
The
Turgon
Sergeant
if you
and the
want
Death
to.
Watch veteran will hit her.
Okay.
Because that's cool. And he has a
Okay.
3 damage clause.
Right.
And the other 2 will hit them. So we'll do the other 2 first.
Death
Because if this
Watch
fails,
veteran.
you can laugh at me.
Oh yeah, well someone's got a Death Watch
Watch,
shoulder pad on. He's done his tour.
Yeah.
He's come back with tales of heroism. So what are we doing first?
We're going to do the 2 hitting the little bugs.
10 attacks.
Yeah, so 3s, re-rolling 1s. Everything, sorry.
3's re-rolling everything.
One of those was a 2 that I already rolled.
And then 3's re-rolling everything.
Yeah. Well, 2's re-rolling everything because of Kusara Khan.
Oh yeah. Okay. Right, let's catalyst. I need 5s.
Wow.
And then any 5s that I make, I could re-roll. But that's 4 failed. That's the unit wiped out.
Yeah.
Then a normal Vanguard veteran hitting the big girl.
Re-rolling. Nope.
Okay. And then it would be 6s to win, but 5s because I can't.
5s because I can't. Re-rolling. It's like being a Blood Angel.
1 wound.
-3, 2 damage.
I failed to save.
Catalyst.
Adaptive biology.
That's the one.
She takes a wound.
Then Sergeant with this 3 damage clause.
Okay. Master crafted clause.
Yeah. Re-rolling. It's like old school 8th space.
Yeah.
It's just re-rolling everything.
5s to wound.
5s. He's got 2 so far.
Re-rolling everything.
So he gets 4 through.
4 through. I need 5s. I make 2 5s,
Nice.
and then this is 6 damage in total.
Yeah.
So adaptive biology saves. Taken 1 wound so far, and 5 wounds in total. The Turvagon is on 12 wounds remaining, and then with her sweep attack, she stamps back out at those Vanguard vets. Very angry that all of her babies have died. And so angry, in fact, that she misses 4 of the attacks.
Well, there's only 4 of them, so...
3's to wound. 2 6-up saves. Failed saves will kill... No, it's -3. I didn't charge. Yeah.
Nope.
2 of the Vanguard vets get
The
impaled.
2 killed the babies die.
And that is the end of turn 4. So in turn 5, the Turvagons are locked up in combat with the Vanguard veterans, and the Screamer Killer comes busting through the wall, and the Raveners have dug themselves up through the roadway, ready to make a charge. Meanwhile, over here, the warriors have advanced up onto those boxes, and they're going to shoot. They're going to shoot what they can shoot while the little bugs behind them chill on that objective. In the psychic phase, however, I want to catalyst up that Screamer Killer, because she's got a 5-up feel no pain. I want to give him a 5-up feel no pain, and that fails.
Oh dear.
Then we have some shoots. I shot in with the warriors at the speeder. Only thing that we could shoot at, and didn't manage to wound. Hitting on 4s, wounding on 5s. We have Screamer Killer spitting on Banner Bearer Dude for 3 shots, which will hit on 4s and wound on 3s. And that puts 2 wounds on the Ancient, and then Stinger Salvos fired in, because I can, in close combat, and didn't wound any of the Vanguard vets, and that's the end of my shooting phase. Now I need the Raveners to make a glorious charge here, and then swamp this objective with as many bodies as I can, and I've got a CP back this turn. And they fail the charge, so let's CP reroll. And they make the charge. And at the end of the charge phase, it looks like this. The Raveners go charging into the Vanguard vets, and Khan and the Chaplain have heroically intervened. And my Screamer Killer goes charging in to the Ancient over there, and there's no CP to interrupt, and he has 11 attacks. And he smashes his way through the Screamer Killer, standing on that 5-point objective there, bellowing out, spitting plasma all over the place. And now we have the Raveners. Because you heroically intervened, what I think I'll do is put 2 attacks, 2 of them on Khan, and 2 of them on the Chaplain.
Oh.
And then the Turvagon, when it's its turn to fight, should be able to kill the Vanguard vets. And then I'll have all of this, and you'll just have that.
Okay. Well, the Vanguard vets, that means they get a chance to fight. It's cool.
Yeah. So let's hit Khan on 3s. And I wound him on 3s.
Oh my gosh.
3 wounds. You need 3 4-up Iron Halo saves.
No,
he takes 2 wounds,
yeah.
And then there's the claws, the scything things. That's another invulnerable save, please. No. Takes another wound. He's taken 3 wounds. Then the Chaplain gets hit by the Ravener claws, and he needs to make
5 for this one. No, it's 4 for this one, isn't it? Yeah.
He needs to make 4 Rosarius Thingybob saves. 2 wounds. And then I hit with the Scything Talons and wound 2 more times with the Scything Talons, and he takes another wound. And with Khan on 3 wounds and the Chaplain on 4 wounds, the Vanguard veterans get to fight back. Big Mama or the Raveners?
Big Mama.
Big Mama. Let's try and take her down.
3s.
Everything hits.
Oh, Mama.
This is 5s to wound, reroll and everything.
Yeah. It's actually 4s to wound because the +1.
Because the Khan's then.
Yeah.
No, because you're strength 4, toughness 5. Toughness
8. Oh, sorry. Yeah, you are right. Yeah. I just got excited. There
okay.
2. Oh, I don't know who was who, but oh well.
Well, I make a save.
Yeah.
And then let's say it was the one with the 3 wounds. And then I take 3 more wounds because now I'm going to hit you.
Oh.
Doing the bajillion attacks, hitting the Vanguard veterans on 4s, only 2 hits. Wounding on 3s.
They're alive!
No wounds.
Heroes!
And that is the end of Tyranids. Turn 5. Then we fought back with the Chaplain and Karazo Khan, and this is all that remains. And then we went on to the White Scars phase, and at the very end of the White Scars phase, it looks like this. The White Scars have stolen the central objective because the Chapter Master have rights of war. So these bikes get the extra 5 points. In fact, it's 5, 6, 7, 8 points to the White Scars, 9 points because the ATV over there, and a measly 1 point for the Tyranids. And this is the way the world ends. So in the end, the White Scars sprang the perfect trap, dancing around the edges and doing some feints in the backfield, Sultan. Love that.
Well, it's all the Chapter Master. He did it all. Apparently, I didn't know what was going on. I'm just moving them around for him.
I'm just here for the ride. Feinting around the edges until he could jump onto the 5-point objective and steal it. And I like what you've done here. The Vanguard veterans and Khan and the Champ, they're just moving away. They're healed back up to full wounds. They're like, what was on here? We don't know.
Yeah.
They're just leaving the Turvagon and the Raveners behind.
Coca-Cola.
And we did the charge of the Blade Guard veterans one more time into my Screamer Killer, and you didn't kill it. So I'm taking that as a win.
Yeah, it's 3 damage swords, but you had the -1, and then the Blade Guard. I didn't, because they were in the tank. They didn't get buffed, and the Chapter guy you killed. So
thanks.
Yeah, they weren't doing amazing there.
We're winning on 5s.
But all they had to do is Chapter Master jumps there, and they've taken the objective.
Yeah, to be fair, you are running away with those other... Well, not running away. You've done everything you needed to do here, and they're just falling back. And you could have sent the Vanguard in and Khan in, and you could have wiped him out.
Yeah.
So thank you for letting him live. So he's floating around. You see, it was close. It was close. If I had have held on for 1 turn... Mind you, it wasn't close. I'm going to say, if I could have held on for 1 turn longer, then you would have won. But you set it up perfectly.
It was the hard counter in that normally 30 bugs fighting against chainswords with a 5-up shrug, you might have been okay. All the chainswords are 2 damage, so your catalyst just halved.
And all the Vanguard veterans 2 damage.
The White Scars brought the right stuff to the party, unbeknownst to me.
And I love the little scenario that I did. I'm trying to show that you can play 40k your way. Yeah. You can play Slaughter Bowl if you want to play Slaughter Bowl. Tempest of War if you want to play that. Arcs of Omen if you want to play that. Or you can make up some silly games with your friends and have fun.
Yeah, and give 6 command points that I shouldn't have had.
Well, I wanted you to see do the things. We want to see the White Scars do all the things.
And then we could do some fallback and shooting and advancing and shooting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was so cool. This game was amazing, and you made it excellent by essentially allowing me to play my army the way it should be played.
Thank you.
You went and held the centre, which meant the White Scars could do the outflank and circle thing, which was excellent.
Well, it was a 5-point objective, and I had warriors here and warriors here and warriors here. The idea was I could swarm that with as much as possible, but you did 2 clever things. One is you dropped in the Suicide Squad over here, which I had to deal with.
Somehow,
and in the end, they're alive over there. And the other thing you did is in turn 1 and 2, you kind of stayed back. Normally, what your play style, you play Blood Angels, you play White Scars, you play Black Templars. Normally, your play style is...
Yeah, even I do that with my tower.
So it caught me unawares when you didn't do that in the first 2 turns of this battle report. You stayed here.
Yeah, I knew how quick I was. So originally, I did really consider having this. But then it meant I had to come up here to do anything, whereas this meant I had cover for a really long time, so I just wanted to use that for as long as possible.
Yeah.
And I also know the reach, bikes have a 32-inch threat range if you roll well. So,
well, advance and charge, I mean, they move 20 inches and then charge.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Exactly, 32 inches.
And even with terrain, 18 inches and charge. Yeah. That's incredible.
Yeah.
And the fact that they can move that far and fire all their guns, at least a couple of units as well, is incredible.
Yeah.
And fall back and charge is awesome. With hit and run for warfare means fall back, shoot and charge. There's not very many armies that can... Lords of War, hey, I'm an Imperial Knight, I can fall back, shoot and charge. White Scars can do it with a bit of stratagem love as well.
Yeah.
But tell the people just how swingy White Scars are.
The most recent event, I got tabled by a Black Legion army, and then I tabled an Alpha Legion army, and then I got tabled by a Death Guard army, and then I tabled a... I forget the last one, sorry. A Thousand Suns army. So it's really weird. All the armies were probably equally balanced across the board, and yet, just depending on dice rolls and what was going on. Yeah.
Well, what I would say is, welcome to playing White Scars.
And Ninth.
And Ninth, but a bit White Scars. When you rely on movement to set traps and jump on people, if you pull it off, brilliant. If you don't pull it off and someone jumps on your jump, or someone manages to outflank your outflank.
Or just survives it.
That's a good point. Then
Death Guard are a great counter because they are -1 damage. And
all the plus damages that you get, you suddenly lose them all.
Yeah.
So Death Guard would be a good counter. But a lot of fast elite armies are like that as well. Like Custodies, I mean, not so much these days, but Knights, like elite-based armies, tend to either win big or lose big because they don't have much redundancy to just survive. And that's what White Scars, fast bike White Scars list, because you're spending a lot of points.
Just to bring them.
To bring. They're a lot more expensive than like a tactical marine, for example.
Yeah, well, it's also spending a lot of command points just to bring them, because this is 2-3 command point detachments to bring a narrative list. Yeah. So, no, it is good. And this was my first time using the full-on cruise missile chaplain with Imperium sword and everything as well.
Yep.
Love it. Gonna do that.
Imperium sword, mantra of strength, chaplain. You can make him bufferer by turning him into... No, but I was going to say you can make him bufferer by turning him into a salamander. But with White Scars, that +1 damage. Because there's a salamander that gets +1 damage as well. Your
damage is what salamanders do, but it's a command point.
So there's a salamander 1 and a White Scars 1 where you can make them absolute
White Scars is cheaper to do it with.
And the other thing is, if you don't make him your warlord, it doesn't matter if you lose him. The key, however, for bringing 0 troops or very few troops in a list is to make sure that you have rights of war.
It's the only way I could even pretend to challenge in this game.
You know, the whole game, I was looking at ways that the Raveners could jump up behind him and jump on him.
But he's also fairly tasty and strong.
Yeah, well, because he was in here. So I was measuring when the Raveners came up before they came up in turn 2, like, could I get in? I couldn't get in here.
Screened off,
And then in turn 3, I was looking at, and there was the Blade Guy. I couldn't get in.
So quick.
So I didn't tell you, but I was really trying to snipe him out, because if I get rid of your objective secured thing, then...
Well, I was trying to keep him safe as well, because at the event he died throughout 4 games, so I decided he deserved a rest. Because I usually go flying in with my characters, as evidenced by the other ones. Yeah. But this time, with how strong his Rights of War warlord trait is, I decided to keep him safe.
Well, it's not... See, this thing is, it's not a super strong warlord trait, but in in an army that doesn't have much obsec, it becomes really strong.
Yes,
it becomes really strong.
And without it, you struggle.
Yeah. The other thing I like is large line of sight blocking terrain. It really played a factor for firing arcs, for seeing, for movement.
The game looks so awesome as well, and also just the movement of the storm speeder was. And then down. It's like
he's ended up over here. He skipped his way over the battlefield.
And somehow it's still alive. These are never alive. These are never alive.
Because I couldn't shoot at it, because line of sight is a thing, and he's right over there. Yeah. So he's been murdering stuff on his way. So in the end, a perfect trap sprung by the White Scars and Corazzo Khan. That was epic. See, playing 40k your way and doing stupid things like this as well is amazingly fun. If you want to play along at home, then remember, D6 for a 5-point objective. How many do you get down? See, we could have rolled 6 5-point objectives and 1.
Yeah.
And it could have been a completely different game. So it'll be a different game every time you do it, and then roll to see which way you deploy. And then the most important thing is score at the end of the game, because then that mitigates first turn alpha strikes. If you have a really shooty army that can kill a lot of stuff in turn 1, but the person is scoring at the end of the game, then there's the opportunity to jump on objectives, just as Sultan did at the very end.
The most important thing is just have fun. It's a game. Enjoy yourself.
Exactly. Have fun. Be kind to each other.
Be excellent to each other.
Be good, as E.T. said. And happy wargaming.